Moises Caicedo v Declan Rice. It's a debate I still see every single day despite the season ending time ago. So let's settle the score in the ring with 12 rounds. Each round will be a key attribute for an all-action midfielder ranging from tackling, passing, ball carrying, goals, assists, etc, etc. Big love to everyone who liked and commented on my first video yesterday. We've already hit 25k subscribers. The road to 100k starts now, so get subscribing. But without further ado, enough yapping, let's get ready to rumble. Round 1, passing. Now, funnily enough, as much as I love both of these midfielders, passing isn't either of their strong points, I'll be honest. Because on the one hand, we have Declan Rice, who his crossing is fantastic. We see how he whips it even from set pieces. Sometimes he can hit some post goals, diagonals, but other times I see it fly over Martinelli's head and hit the advertising board. So long passing isn't quite his game. Short passing, it's not terrible, but I think I prefer Caicedo in them situations. His passing is a lot more snappier. It allows for more combination play. So I think in terms of passing, I'm going to edge it towards Moises Caicedo. Mainly because he does usually try a lot more forward passes than Declan Rice, although I don't think either of them are sideways pass merchants like Twitter likes to call them. Round 2, duels. I've combined tackling, ground duels and aerial duels into one overall package. Now, again, I'm going to say this because for some reason, the internet believes that if you like one, you must hate on the other. In my opinion, they are both fantastic in the duels. Obviously, Rice has the height advantage, so the aerials he's going to win a lot more. Ground duels is a lot closer. I'd argue it's maybe like 51-49, and in that, I'm going to go in favour of Rice, mainly because Caicedo has picked up a lot more yellow cards, and that's even including Declan Rice's couple of dodgy yellows against, was it Brighton at home when he got that red card for kicking the ball away. I don't like how both fan bases try to paint the other player as a shin kicker, because if you ask me, these are two of the best players in the league at winning the ball cleanly and continuing the play. They both make it look so easy, but I'm going to edge it towards Rice, 1-1. Round 3, goals and assists. For an all-action midfielder, these are important. I remember back in the day when Makelele was the best DM in the league and Gilberto Silva was competing with him. Nobody was asking these guys to have elite vision or incredible dribbling or score goals. But now we nitpick at guys like Declan Rice for not doing every single thing at a 10 out of 10 level. But if we are going to say that GA is important, then Rice wins this one by a landslide. I mean, he's even scored a goal to dunk on Caicedo at his stadium. Lastly, he downloaded the set piece bag with the missile whip deliveries, and then he went one step further with those two incredible, now infamous free kicks that people hate on him for. But at the time, let's be honest, even the biggest of haters were like, you know what? Yeah, fair. I can't lie. I hate Arsenal, but that's cold. That's what the rival fans were saying. So in that regard, it's a knockout punch, but the fight is still on because round 5 is agility and balance. Caicedo has got right back up. He's got that low center of gravity combined with incredible strength. So you can't push him off the ball. He will ride tackles, obviously on a pause thing, but he will ride tackles, ride challenges, and come out on top. You don't even realize where he's gone. You see the other guy lying on the floor like that, like a squash mosquito on the floor. So of course I got to give agility and balance to him. Declan Rice, listen, again, it's not in his nature. He is of course a tall, crazy horse, if you will. So it's not for him to be doing the little silky thing. But Caicedo definitely wins this round. The danger of doing this with no script is that I missed the round. So real quick, round 5 was ball control. Caicedo has the better and cleaner touch, whether that be plucking the ball at the sky or when passes are fizzed into him, he can turn in either direction to start attacks. Rice is a little more stiff in that regard, so Caicedo takes this. Round 6, ball carrying. As I said just before, Caicedo is definitely the better dribbler. However, his normal job is to win the ball and give it to Enzo or give it to Lavia or whoever it may be and just get the ball and play it forward. Rice, on the other hand, as I described him before, is a crazy horse. Even before Arsenal, we've seen it for West Ham, when of course they won their first trophy in however many decades, where he would pick the ball up from the centre-backs and just drive all the way to the other box, and nobody can touch him. The horse is so scary that the only person I could see go anywhere near him is probably, Emily Davison, the suffragette who threw herself in front of that horse at the Epsom Derby back in 1913. For those of us who remember, no one else would go near him. Side note, anytime you hear, for those of us who remember, that's your cue to hit the like button, okay? So I think last video we got like 250 likes, something like that. Let's go for 300 likes. We're getting the algorithm booming. But anyway, back on topic, ball carrying. I believe this round does go to Declan Rice. Not that Caicedo was bad in any stretch of imagination, but again, even in their encounters together, I think it was in the 5-0, the goal that Trossard scored at the Emirates. it is Declan Rice just driving and driving. He's literally, it's like he's got an Android 16 force field magnet around him that you just can't go near him. He will just bat guys off like they're just insects on the windshield. So he definitely wins that round. Round 7, positioning. We've seen those clips of Declan Rice, one man at the back at Anfield like he's Jon Snow about to fight all the ops. We also saw him make that last minute block against, was it Rasmus Højlund at Old Trafford? Granted, it's Rasmus Højlund. Would he have scored? Probably not. But he had to be there to make the block, to make them last-ditch clutch tackles. Caicedo, again, I don't really have any issues with him in terms of positioning, but he strikes me more as someone that sees the danger and then runs to go and put out the fire. So although Rice wins this round, round 8 interceptions will go to Caicedo. Rice has got them rangy legs to somehow cut out balls that you didn't even know he could even reach. But Caicedo is like an octopus, or Nunu the Hoover from Teletubbies, just scooping up any loose ball. Again, he could be about 10 meters away and he will sprint to cut out any danger. He's not the tallest, but Caicedo wins the ball and wins it back well. Both are fantastic at interceptions, but I think I'll just about give it Caicedo. Round 9, durability. This is the closest one so far. Both are virtually ever present, but this season in particular, Caicedo has played every single Prem game. Again, Rice has been nearly ever present for about 4 or 5 years, but I'm going to try and keep it to somewhat recent times. And with Declan Rice, I think he had, was it like a foot or a toe injury? He played through that. So listen, as far as durability is concerned, he is fantastic. But Caicedo, I see this guy, I don't know how many times a season, go down like he's pulled his hamstring, he's torn his ACL, and then the next game week, he's there again. I'm thinking, brother, I thought you had like a 2-month injury. So durability, both of them are incredible. And as far as I'm concerned, availability is the best ability. There's no point being a fantastic player and then we see you 10 times a season, 15 times a season. So big credit to both of them, but I'm going to just about give this round to Caicedo. Round 10 is stamina. I think this one, I'll be honest, has to go to Rice because this brother's engine is freakish. He'll be there. Bear in mind, he plays as more of a box-to-box than obviously Caicedo, whose role is to kind of be more of a 6 and just keep it ticking, win the ball back, give it to others. Declan Rice will be running up and down for 95 minutes, and you'll still see him in added time making lung-busting runs to get a last-ditch tackle, or if they're losing, make them incredible runs to try and get a box-crashing goal late at their death. It's no slight on Caicedo, like I said. His role is not to be that box-to-box guy, so of course he covers less ground, but the round has to go to Declan Rice. Round 11, leadership. Yes, that is right. I value intangibles as well as all of the on-the-ball and off-the-ball skills. And this is something that both of them have in abundance, I'd argue. They're very, very, very good mentally. When it comes to Declan Rice, he joined Arsenal at a time when they were still kind of known for being flat-track bullies. They're going packing all the teams from 10th to 20th. But when it came to the big games and the top 4, top 5, 6, whatever you want to call them, Arsenal often fell short, and that's why they were not able to, I guess, finish high in the table. Since Declan Rice's arrival, I'm sure you've all seen the stat, these guys haven't lost a game, home or away in the league, to any top 6 side at all. City home and away, Liverpool home and away, they have not lost once. And I'd argue his leadership is a big part of that. When it's time to kind of keep your heads, he's the one. I see him shouting. He's like the captain without the armband. And I'm not going to make this about off-the-pitch stuff as well, but Declan Rice off the pitch, the way that he kind of looks after the youth and speaks in the media and whatnot, all round, I'll be honest, he's the kind of guy that you want to go to war for. Now, Caicedo, I'm sure they're going to obviously mention his big games in terms of course, they played PSG in the Club World Cup final and he got the better of Vitinha, Jean Neves and Fabian Ruiz. Now, Chelsea fans are, of course, in my comments saying, how can I believe that he's not better than all of them combined because he showed them levels in the final? I believe Caicedo's fantastic. So again, you shouldn't be fighting me. However, can we not act like it's based off just one head-to-head game, therefore that person's better? Because if we are doing that, as I just mentioned, Arsenal had not been beaten by any of these teams for a long time. I think when it comes to Chelsea, it's been about 4 years. Every time they meet, Declan Rice does get the better, whether that be by winning or in their 1v1 duels. So I don't think using a one-off head-to-head game is a relevant point in there, but nevertheless, I'm going to give leadership round to Declan Rice. The 12th and final round, consistency. It is all good having all these attributes, but I want to see it week in, week out. I don't want to see you show up one time and then you vanish for a bit. So, on the one hand, we have Declan Rice, who will give you pretty much a 7 out of 10 nearly every single game, even when having to carry the likes of Trossard playing in midfield or Havertz in midfield, Marino being in midfield, Thomas Partey when he's had Fufu right before the game, and aging Jorginho, he seems to carry that midfield. Even this season, let's be honest about it, Odegaard hasn't been his usual self, so Declan Rice has had to drive that entire team forward alone. So he has been very consistent. Caicedo, on the other hand, I mentioned it in my first video yesterday. I've been doing Team of the Week videos from week 1 up until week 38, and no Premier League player was in my team more than Moises Caicedo. I believe worldwide, the only ones to maybe get in more were Pedri and probably Hakimi or a couple of the PSG players, because of course they were phenomenal. So we have to respect Caicedo's consistency. And again, the season starts in what? August, end of August. He was still doing it at the Club World Cup in July. Many of you will say Club World Cup, it's a glorified preseason friendly tournament. I don't really care about all of that. I respect the Club World Cup. Is it the Champions League? No. Would PSG ever trade the Champions League for Club World Cup? No. But it's still important. It's a game, it's a trophy to be won, so you have to give him the credit where it's due. With this being the final round, it means everything, because as you can see, Declan Rice is currently 6-5 up. So whatever I go with here will determine everything. And I am proud to say that the winner for today, drumroll please, the judges have scored this one a draw. It is 6-6. If I'm keeping it real, I definitely combined a few attributes into one that probably would have gone to Rice if I was keeping it fair. But listen, it wouldn't be a proper boxing fight if I didn't rig it to be a draw. And it wouldn't be a YouTube video without the content creator trying to keep it as close as possible. These are two excellent midfielders. Word to Rio Ferdinand. Just enjoy them both, man. You haven't got to hate on one to prop up the other. And on this channel, I'd like to think that we can develop a community where it's not just people rage baiting and trolling. Again, I love trolling, so we are going to troll every now and then. But in general, let's have proper convos without being Excel spreadsheet merchants. Hopefully you guys can agree. Let me know. To be honest with you, I've said it many times before. People love to hate, but I tell you what, a Caicedo midfield together might be the deadliest partnership you'll ever see. Let me know which player you prefer in your team. As per, keep the likes coming, the comments. Let's get this page moving, and I will endeavor to do daily videos as much as possible so that maybe sometime next year or the year after we get that 100k plaque. But have a fantastic weekend. In a bit, bosh.